Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Mike Stansbury. Today, my special guest is Rolonda Andrews. Rolanda, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Can't wait to hear about your story and how you're helping people in real estate right now. But first, at Investor Fuel, we help real estate investors, service providers, and real estate entrepreneurs 2 to 5x their businesses to allow them to build the businesses they've always wanted and allow them to live the lives they've always dreamed of. Rolanda, let me ask you this first question about what were you doing before real estate? What made you pivot into real estate? Kind of give us and our audience what you were doing as far as for employment, for fun, all that stuff before you went down this yellow brick road.
It was a calling of sorts because I used to manage a hotel for Marriott, the Fairfield Inn, in Detroit, Michigan. And I was fired. My general manager and I didn't get along, but I was fired and devastated at the time and realized that I could not allow one company to have that much control over my livelihood. And so from that point forward, I became an entrepreneur. I left the Detroit area and moved down here to Atlanta. Ironically, Marriott sent me here for 5 weeks to train. So I was very familiar with the city. I knew a few friends here. It was the place I wanted to be. I opened up Rolo's, which was a beauty and barber salon, after being here a couple months. And then I sold that and went to real estate school. Always had a love for real estate. So that was the end goal eventually.
All right, so I love this origin story. So you came here, and what made you go into owning? Did you own and operate a beauty salon? Is that what I heard?
Yeah, owned and operated a barber and beauty salon. In the neighborhood, I've always done hair, cut hair, did natural hair and eyebrows. So it was just a natural transition, and it was the easiest transition for me to become an entrepreneur, right? So I started working in one of the barbershops here in Atlanta area on Trinity Street. It was called Trim Setters. And I worked there for a few months, and then I realized this is something that I could do myself. And then I found a location, and then that's how Rolo's was born.
And how long did Rolo's last? Kind of what was the beginning and end, and how did you roll that one up and sell it?
It lasted about 5 years or so. I went to real estate school and got my license in 1999. I had rented some space to some guys in the back that were installing car stereos and doing window tinting. And so I ended up selling it to them. And I negotiated a deal where I was still able to work there free, didn't have to pay anything, kind of just helped to educate them on the management of the business. And then once I was able to branch off on my own, because, there's always a learning curve, right? And so when I was able to start making enough money, then I just left the business totally. But yes, I sold it to the guys I was renting space to, which allowed me to kind of transition at my pace into the real estate industry.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Yes, ma'am. So and again, I've got some information about you here. And what's interesting about your story is you got a lot of education, right, by having Rolos about creativity, owning a business, and you're able to take those principles that you learn into real estate. And that's why you've been around so long and been able to help a lot of people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, that's definitely the foundation of running a business, is having your own.
Yes, that's right. And so now let's fast forward maybe in 10 or 15 years into the industry. Kind of tell us what were you doing in real estate 10 years ago compared to what you're doing now?
Well, it's no secret that the market crashed in 2007 and 8, and I had to do a major pivot. Prior to the market crashing, as a realtor, we don't have as much control over the deal as we would like, right? I could do a great job, but if the lender doesn't get the deal closed, no one gets paid, right? Homeowner doesn't get the home. So I realized that understanding financing was very, very pivotal in my career in being able to help my clients and understand how to maintain control for my clients, right? Because a lot of times we were getting answers at the witching hour. Oh, we're not closing tomorrow. And I knew, they knew before tomorrow that we weren't closing. So I joined a mortgage trainee program here locally in the Atlanta area, and I became a loan officer. So I was kind of the dual threat for my clients. And then about 4 years later, I opened my first mortgage company, First Choice Funding, and it was on Shamley Tucker Road, and we were doing subprime loans. We were doing subprime, so you get a house, you get a house, you get a house. So when the market crashed, subprime loans went away in an instant, right? And so did my business.
Right.
And when the dust settled, foreclosures, people were underwater, they couldn't buy, they couldn't sell. But when the dust settled, I realized the investors kept the market going. They were still buying and selling. No matter how bad the market gets, investors were still moving and shaking. So I did a major pivot, after I shedded a few tears, right? I had to come back and do some different things, right? I mean, it was tough.
Right.
I was 30 days away from foreclosure, right?
Wow.
My business went down the tank, because we went from closing loans to not closing loans in an instant. In my real estate business, I had a real estate team. I was working with RE/MAX at the time. And I had a couple of realtors working with me doing a lot of the field work, and I was closing the loan. So all of that went away in an instant. I lost 2 of my investment properties to foreclosure, and I was 30 days away from foreclosure on my personal home, and I was able to do some creative stuff to save that. But that's just letting you know how bad things have gotten. When I said lightly, I shedded a few tears. Yes, right. Shedded a few tears nonetheless, but I made a major pivot.
And your pivot was to, hey, the folks that will always be in the market, they are, and it just is a part and parcel that investors buy when it's good and they buy when it's bad, and they love it. Well, let's qualify bad. They love a downturn because they understand the elements and the principles of investing. And if you can help investors in the good and the bad, you'll always have a steady stream of clients. Does that paint the picture a little bit?
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, investors know that there's always an opportunity. Always. Because property, no matter how bad the market gets, it will appreciate.
Yes, ma'am. So you had that pivot. You cried. I did too. I remember those times. I was working as a realtor and doing new construction, selling $700,000 houses in 2008, and they were going. I would go to the closings and see these mortgages for like $8,000 a month in 2008. I was thinking, how is this going to keep on going? But I buried my head in the sand, just kept going, because I thought the good times would always roll. And then they didn't, and then I had to pivot, and I had some of the same similar circumstances. I had some pain, and sometimes pains, we don't realize it, right? We can look back and say that was actually a good thing because it taught me something. So what are some of the things that it taught you?
One of the main things for me was not to put all my eggs in one basket. You know, multiple streams of income was the new security for me, because I had everything in my real estate industry basket, in the mortgage industry basket, but they were all tied to the subprime loan, right? That was my client. And so now, fast forward, I still work with some primary homeowners as a referral basis, but 90% or more of my business is working with investors. I reinvented my mortgage company. Now I have a mortgage company servicing real estate investors nationwide, Premier Lending Solutions. And so I'm very, very proud of that. And in the midst of, just before the market crashed, I got my insurance license. And so I help my clients prepare for retirement as well, put money in a safe place, life insurance, annuities, all those things that a lot of them don't think about as we're making money. So my thing for my clients is I help you to protect everything you own and everyone you love while we're building wealth. So that's what I do.
Oh, I like that. That's very clear and concise and tells people exactly what your core values are and what you're trying to do and help people. I like that a lot. So, give us a typical situation where you've helped somebody in the last maybe 6 months. I'll let you choose your own adventure. You don't have to name the client's name, but kind of tell us a little bit about, hey, this was a real estate investor that needed lending, or this is somebody that bought some property and we needed to make sure that it was cash flowing correctly, and all those, the loans, the insurance, and all that stuff was tweaked where it worked for them. Again, you've got the floor.
Oh, wow. I mean, it's so many. I can start with the client that, and I'm not as young as I look. I'm proud to say I am 56. And so I have a lot of my clients that are my age or older and preparing for retirement. And so I've helped the client recently just structure everything, get prepared for retirement, move her money, roll the money over from a 401k to another qualified account where now it's not tax deferred, it's growing tax free. And that's just a Roth IRA, just to say what it was. And then after 5 years, because she's just real close to that, 5 years, then of course she gets to realize the income and the earnings tax free. So just trying to educate my clients on what to do so they could be prepared. And also she has a structure on her property that is not being used. So we are setting up a business structure, creating her trust, her holding company, operating company, and getting her prepared to get business capital to renovate this structure to realize some of the residual income that can come from an ADU on your property. So it's several things that I love to do. I can get very, very creative. I closed on a new construction project just last month. They were building 5 homes in the Chicago area. Very, very proud of that. They just recently broke ground. So I do a wide range of things nationwide.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
That is very interesting. So, Rolanda, if somebody was out there and they're like, I think Rolanda can help us out, I'd like to know more about her. Where can we find you on the internet? Where's the best place to reach you?
RolondaAndrews.com is the website. Also, I'm on social media, all things real estate by Rolanda. We got to make sure that Rolanda is spelled with 2 O's, because sometimes people would misspell my name, and I'm so glad when you have my name up there correctly the first time. But RolondaAndrews.com, right? Or all things real estate by Rolanda on IG or Facebook. You can find me there as well.
Well, folks, the information will be in the show notes below. Rolanda, it was very great to hear your origin story, kind of what you're doing now to help people. I love to hear the fact that you're doing this in kind of like a whole, a really whole, you got your real estate insurance, and you're taking everybody's consideration, where they're going next in retirement, and trying to help people in every stage of life. Kudos to you. And thank you for being a part of the Real Estate Pros podcast. Folks, again, like and subscribe, comment below, and get in touch with Rolanda. Again, anything else you want to say to our audience before we leave?
Hey, the world is yours to have. Whatever you believe you can do, you can. And that's something my mom always said. Whenever you put your mind to something, you know you can absolutely do it. But you got to have your heart in it, too.
Oh, Miss Andrews was probably a great mom. That's awesome that she left you with that. That's awesome. Well, folks, again, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.